Everyone keeps telling you AI is coming for your job, and I think it's about to promote you. And I can back that up with a Victorian economist and a spreadsheet from 1979 and what the world's biggest accounting firms are doing right now. Give me 5 minutes, a little bit more, everything is going to make sense. So start with the shape. For about 100 years, companies have looked like a pyramid. I'm not talking about the pyramid scheme or anything. A wide base of people doing the work, writing the report, pulling the numbers, building the thing that they were told to build, a thinner middle layer turning goals into tasks, and a small group at the top deciding where the whole thing is going, essentially. Your career was a climb up that shape. Every level meant fewer seats, more responsibility, and less doing with your hands. That was the deal. Start at the bottom, do the groundwork, earn your way towards the decisions. And this is still the case with a lot of companies right now, but it's changing slowly, right? Here's what AI actually changes. It is the bottom of the pyramid that just do the task layer, the drafting, the boilerplate, the first version of almost anything is exactly the work AI does fastest and cheapest. I spent the first years of my career renaming the spreadsheet columns, um, just reformatting slide decks. If an AI wants to do that job, please be my guest. Now, a company can respond to this in two ways. The short-sighted ones fire the bottom layer and call it efficiency. The smart ones move those people up because one person can now run a small AI team with a handful of agents, with a human setting the direction, checking the quality, and connecting it to what customer actually needs. Do that across a whole company and the shape changes. The bottom shrinks, the middle swells, and you get a diamond. This is already happening. The biggest accounting firms on the planet, the ones famous for hiring armies of graduates every year, are openly moving from the pyramid model to a diamond. A much leaner junior base and a wide middle of experienced people working with AI. When some of the most cautious professional firms in the world start redrawing their org charts, I think it's worth paying attention. But hang on, if AI does the task, surely we need fewer people overall, right? Whatever the shape is. This is where a Victorian economist ruins everyone's doom posting or fear mongering, whatever you call it. In January 2025, a Chinese lab called DeepSeek, you might have heard of it, released an AI model that was radically cheaper to run. Investors panicked because a cheaper AI should mean less demand for chips and data centers. Nvidia lost around $600 billion of market value in one single day. And the boss of Microsoft, Satya Nadella, responded in 4 words. Jevons Paradox strikes again. What does it mean? Here's what it meant. Back in 1865, an economist called William Jevons noticed something odd. Steam engines were getting far more efficient, burning less coal for the same work, so everyone expected Britain to use less coal. Britain used more, a lot more. Cheap steam power meant people found new uses for it everywhere, and total demand exploded. We've had 160 years to get used to the idea, and we still panic every time something gets more efficient. And if you want the job version of this story, look at 1979. A piece of software called VisiCalc, the first spreadsheet, could do in seconds what took a bookkeeper a full day with a pencil and eraser. Bookkeeping clerk jobs fell, and they are still falling today. Accountant jobs went up. Once the calculation was basically free, everyone started playing the what if game. What if we hired more staff? What if we opened another site? What if we changed the price? Cheap answers created endless new questions, and every one of those questions needed a professional to frame it, judge it, and act on it. So swap call for compute or spreadsheets for AI agents. When a task gets 10 times cheaper, demand for it explodes, and you end up doing vastly more of it. Every one of those new, cheaper things still needs a human deciding what to build and whether it's worth building. Which brings us to your new job description. The how moves to the machines, and you keep the what and why. What should we build? Why does it matter? Is this output actually right? And should we ship it at all? Right? The new entry level starts to look suspiciously like what we used to call senior work: judgment, direction, taste. And the skills that matter here are old-fashioned human ones. Flexibility, because the tools will change under your feet. Curiosity, because the people asking what if are the ones creating the new demand, exactly like they did with spreadsheets. Critical thinking, because someone has to say we can, but should we? Creativity, to turn all that into something worth paying for. The pyramid rewarded waiting for your turn, the diamond rewards moving. The promotion is sitting there for anyone who learns to direct the work instead of only doing it. And if this clicked, please subscribe to my channel. It's a new channel, but I'm going to share many more interesting stuff like this. So hopefully I'll see you in the next video.